Welcome to the special E3 special fantastical finale. That's right. Today we're talking about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the newest Zelda game. It still doesn't have a confirmed release date, but it's coming out next year because it's just going to. I mean, unless they delay it again. But I mean, they already delayed it a couple times, which it's probably became even better for both times. So I can't say anything negative. But with me here for this, as always, is Sam, our guest, who before hadn't been on any Spinous specials in a while, and now he's been on every single one for about 100 years. So
I can smell you.
What does that even have to do with anything?
It has to do with Morgan Freeman.
Okay, alright.
Because
Morgan
Gassy
Freeman has to do with
Mexican's
everything.
funny.
Okay. So
And it's definitely not an old reference, as in it is.
Totally not. But so for this game, it was necessary that I just send Sam the trailer. So I just had Sam watch the trailer before we did this.
It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was the worst trailer that's ever been aired, and I think it's the stupidest game, and they didn't change anything from the normal Zelda formula. It's exactly the same, and it's ugly. I think it's an ugly game, and it's not good.
And everyone who is associated with the game is ugly, and they should all kill themselves.
Alright, so let's stop that. Let's reverse it, and then we have the truth. So,
pretty much.
So basically, this game, as Nintendo always is, they were kind of reluctant to call it open world because Nintendo doesn't do anything like anyone else does. Like, everything they do is kind of their own thing. So to call it an open world game, it definitely has that. You can generalize it and call it that, you know? Because at its core, that's what it is. It's a big open world. It's got a bunch of these shrines that you have to go to, which all have, like, puzzles of varying difficulty in them, and all kinds of... It's based on exploration, this game. They've been like, okay, so we're going to take a step back, and we're just going to make it focused. They wanted to defy the norms of the series, basically. So they did. Yeah. It's not super linear, like Skyward Sword was. For example, they've said that apparently you can, from the second that you start playing the game, if you're smart enough, head straight to the final boss and fight the final boss.
Immediately?
Of course, you'll probably die and lose,
Wow.
and you won't learn any of the story, but you can do that. Apparently, yes, which is cool. Like, and it also makes it cool for speedruns and stuff, too. Because
that's true.
I think that's just... It kind of harkens back to the original Zelda. You know what I mean? Like, the days of old when you could do that. So it's like, I'm sure that you'll have to, like, do some stuff to get there, and there'll have to be some chain of events. But I think it's cool that you do have that option of, like, if you know how to get to the boss and you really want to struggle with it, I guess, because you will struggle with it. Because from what they've shown with the game, you start up in a room and you're just kind of pretty much in no clothes. You have, like, basic shorts on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And for this game, they've introduced something that, I mean, a lot of games have, but Zelda has never had, which is there's a lot of different armor that gives you different levels of protection. So you can wear no armor and have...
So now it's Skyrim.
Basically it's Skyrim. I've always called this game, before we knew anything about it, I've always called it Zelda Skyrim. Because in a way...
That's like what it is. No?
That's what it is.
Which is cool.
It has a big world, it's focusing on the world, and it's focused... There's so much stuff. I'll just keep telling you this stuff. This is why I said I can talk about this for a long time. Because there's a lot of details that have been confirmed. So, like... Weapons, there's no longer one... You don't just have your sword. There's like 3 or 4 different types of weapons you can use, like spears and all kinds of different stuff. So, cool, yet again. You don't even have to just use the Master Sword. So, cool. That's the thing always about Zelda games, is that, like, you get the Master Sword, and then it's like, okay, well, I have all these other weapons, but I won't use them ever, because, like, every Zelda game that has multiple swords was always like that.
Yeah.
But I think this will be the one that...
Because it comes down to preference?
Yeah. I think this will be the one that comes down to, like, actually, like, what you want to use. Like, I'm sure you'll probably be supposed to use it in the ending, because generally that's how you defeat evil, because that's what the Master Sword does. But, so, I love how I'm just jumping all over the place. So, all we know about the game is that Link wakes up in this room. He's sitting in, like, a little pool of water in this temple, and hears a voice, and he gets up, and all we know is that he's been asleep for 100 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's no saying where this takes place in the official Zelda timeline. No one really has any ideas of where it could be yet until we know more about it. But, I mean, it would have to be pretty far, because we've seen in the trailer they show the Master Sword that's sitting there and pretty rusty. So, at least we very much know that it's been a while.
Yeah.
As we haven't seen a rusty Master Sword before. So, not even in the other games where it's still in a stone. So, I guess...
That is true.
I don't know. Who knows where it could be. But, where it could be on that timeline. But, the point is, you got a whole world to explore. And it's more based on the world than ever before. And that's what excites me, is that I've always been a fan of exploring in games and just kind of doing what I want to.
Same
and
here.
like any game that you can do that is like great. Like me and my sister, we used to play like Super Mario Sunshine. But our favorite thing when we were kids to do, and even now to do when we play that game, is just like run around and goof around in the hub world, because you can.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's just, it's something that excites me a lot about Breath of the Wild, is that you have this big world and they've changed the conventions so that you can use it. So, to recover health, you now either, there's a lot of stuff that you can find and pick up, you know, like mushrooms and stuff, but you can also, like...
Oh, so now it has a bunch of crafting stuff then.
Yep. And you can cook food, and that's how you recover health, is by eating food or cooking food.
Fancy.
So, yeah. So you actually have to hunt and forage for food to survive. There's all sorts of... There's just all sorts of different items and stuff that they showed, you know, different... I don't know if you noticed in the trailer, Sam, but they also showed... I love the different, like, variety of, like, armor that they show Link wearing. So, like, he has, like, what they call Link's new outfit. And by I say what they call Link's new outfit, I mean they gave that item away in Miitomo, and it is entitled Link's New Outfit.
Oh.
So I bet you in the game, I bet you in Breath of the Wild, you'll be able to unlock, like, and I bet you there'll be an armor that's called, like, Old Garb, or, like, Legendary Garb, and it's just the green outfit. It has to be there. But,
it's going to be. Definitely.
I mean, same like in, to get the ultimate shield in Skyward Sword, you have to fight a bunch of bosses. I actually did it, and it's really cool when that happens. It's really cool when you get that shield, because it's like, I fought the bosses, and I got the shield, and now I have the shield that doesn't break. Because in Skyward Sword, your shields broke. Oh yeah, also things break. Things have durability in in Breath of the Wild. So
looks like you need a breath.
I do need a Breath of the Wild. I need to take a step outside and enjoy the outdoors. But alas, I'm in here making videos. Sad tear. But
anyway.
But alas, I'm in here doing something that I really enjoy doing and I have a passion for. So.
No, really? What? No.
I was about to do the same thing. What? No. But
no.
So,
in case you haven't seen the How to Act video, you definitely should, because
you really need to, because it's a good one.
Because what?
So, basically, There is...
Why did I even just reference
I don't
that?
know.
I
Because...
don't know why I did that.
Because your mind is like... It just goes 1,000,000 miles per second. It runs. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. But...
Sonic number one.
Back to the Zelda. So, they show, like... Even... You can, like, pick up a stick, use it as a weapon. The stick breaks. You know what I mean? Weapons break. Stuff breaks. You need to fix stuff and make it better. So... I love stuff like that. So really, you see all of these things that come from other games. It's a much more Western game design that they've taken, instead of their very generic game design that they've been using. So all these things that we've seen in other games, like Bethesda games, like Skyrim and Fallout 4, and like all these big open world type games, and we see this in a Zelda, and I think that has a lot of people excited. And I'm definitely excited because... Yet again, it looks like a lot of fun, and I think that's the main thing in a game that makes you want games. Is like you look at it and you could just see yourself having fun.
Yeah.
So like I can
that
look
was
at myself.
Like me with Fallout.
Exactly. Like you saw the Fallout 4 trailer, and you were like, you can imagine yourself spending hours building settlements. Like
exactly.
Like I can imagine myself spending hours in the wilderness.
Fallout needs building things, and then they did it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I need in my life. And then I got it, and then I played about 8 days worth of time.
Exactly. So
because I have no life, and it was fun.
Yeah, that's how games work, though. Like I've been playing Civilization a lot lately, and like on Civ 5, I recently reached over 100 hours played. So
wow,
yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. That's a lot of days.
I think the highest amount of time I even have spent on a game was about 70 hours.
Yeah.
And that was, like, with Steam. I don't know about... Actually, hold on.
Because, like, the thing is that with Civilization, like, a normal game will last you, like, hours. So, like, you know, you get through a game...
Okay, so I just realized I spent about 204 hours on Fallout 4.
Nice.
That's more time than I've spent on any of my Steam games, which kind of makes me laugh because I've had them longer.
Well, plus it's like, it kind of makes sense though, because like, Fallout 4, you know, you played it on a console. I find that if you have a game on a console, you're more likely to play more of it because it's just, you sit down on your couch and you play a game. I feel like that you can log more time on a couch than you can... like, sitting in a chair at a computer. Like, you know, recently, every day, I've spent, like, 2 hours every day, at least, playing a Civ game sitting in a chair. But then I'm like, okay, I need to sit up and go do something. So, you know, like, I just like to do a variety of things with my day. So I like to, like, make a video, play a game, like, clean something, like, write something. I just like to do, like, everything that I can do. So, that's me in a nutshell. But, yeah, so, there's just, so, you may have noticed with the name of the game, I really like the name of the game. Breath of the Wild. So, think about every other name of a Zelda game. We have, like, for example, like, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. All of these things... exception being Twilight Princess, which it refers to a person. But they're all named after items. Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, Minish Cap.
I didn't even realize that till just now.
They're mostly named after items, like a main item. But think about it. What is Breath of the Wild named after? That refers to the world itself, not an item.
That's true,
the world itself is the biggest thing in the game. Because that is their focus, is to have a living, breathing world.
Very true.
So, plus, in a way, like, this excites me. It's funny how it kind of excites me. It excites me a lot like I was excited when I saw the trailer for Fallout 4. But, like, Fallout 4, it was, like, a super level of excitement because, like, everyone on the face of the earth was excited about Fallout 4. Like, regardless
everyone wants it.
Like, regardless if you like had ever played a Fallout game before, or like even cared about it.
It's
Like
just
everyone
amazing.
was like, "Have you seen the trailer? Yeah, it's really good." Because it just looks cool and you want adventure. And
Yeah.
that's I like that in Fallout 4. The only thing about Fallout 4 and Fallout games in general, which this is ironic for me, is that when you adventure, I like to adventure and have, some nice scenery. I like things to be alive, which is like the only thing that like feel wise conflicts with me about Fallout games, is that like it's just kind of a dreary world to be in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's fun to be there and it's fun to survive. But
it's like I don't even know. I don't know how to explain my feelings for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
But like it's just I keep bringing up Fallout 4 because this game is like the big reveal that really makes me think of that. Fallout 4 was the big reveal last year.
Yeah.
And it was such a good reveal. They really hyped it up, and but they didn't hype it up too much. They hyped it up, and they were like, all right, this game is coming out in like 4 months. And then it was like, okay, cool.
Because it's like it was pretty much already completed. And
Yeah.
they're just like, guess what? It's coming out really soon. And I'm like, wow, thanks for giving me this late notification, because now it's like, because I have to try to get a hold of money.
Yep. Now I have to get money right now. But I mean, that's like, it worked well for them. It worked better than for them to say, well, it's coming slowly. Like they confirmed that they're slowly working on the next Elder Scrolls game, but they're also working on 2 new IP projects that are supposedly as big as Fallout 4. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. I love how I keep talking about Bethesda in this Nintendo-related video, but that's okay. It's E3. We're wrapping up the E3 stuff. Don't be hating. But basically, I'm just really excited. Like all the stuff in this new Zelda game, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of new stuff that they're trying, and it's different. And that's what they've always been about. I know that's all they do anymore is try to be different, but it looks different, it looks fun, and I can just imagine myself exploring the world and wanting to see every nook and cranny that there is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. So, yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do. You can hunt, you can climb. Oh, yeah, you can climb, like, literally everything now. So, like,
cool.
you can climb up walls and mountains and... Oh, yeah, also there's a jump button now. Whoa! But...
Oh, my God.
But there's a jump button basically because you need to be able to jump to climb things. That's what your jump is for. It's basically to jump vertically so that you can jump onto a wall. But, yeah, you can climb up mountains. The stamina bar is back, which some people had complaints about from Skyward Sword. But, I mean, I didn't really ever have a complaint with it, but it just seemed kind of weird how it was. Now it's a lot better, it seems.
Yeah.
But I just, overall, it was a bit silly in Skyward Sword, because in Skyward Sword it was like, oh, well, I'm going to, like, because you could run, but your stamina would run out fairly quickly. And in an area that it needed you to run, there would be stamina fruit that was, like, littered exactly in the path that you needed to go. Because, like, so you could grab it on your way through and it would refill your stamina gauge. But,
Yeah.
like, then what's the point then? What's the point of having this run feature if, like, you just have to run to the thing that refills your stamina? It's just,
Yeah.
It was a bit silly of a thing, and it seems like they've improved that because, to our knowledge, stamina fruit isn't a thing. And if it is a thing, then hopefully it's not as major and annoying of a thing. But they just kind of go, you climb. It just kind of prevents you from climbing too far. You kind of have to be strategic about how far you climb with it. That's basically all it does. So, like, you can't climb a whole mountain. You have to, like, climb, and then when you stop, you're like, oh, well, I'm almost running out of stamina. I have to find a ledge that I can stand on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there might just be, like, a tiny tiny like pixel hanging out of the cliff wall that you can just happen to like, you know, manage to stand on, and then you can keep, it's like stuff like that. It's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff like that, and I'm excited. So
I am too.
That's, I mean, you know, that's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So
I'm not even one for like buying Legend of Zelda games, but don't kill me for that.
yeah,
It's just
well,
that
everyone,
it's like I have
I know
a lot
you
of other
are,
games that
though.
I'd rather play than that.
Well, like,
but that's only because they pique my interest a lot more. Like Fallout,
yeah.
like, you know, that's one of the games I'm like I need to get this. Skyrim
yeah.
was sort of one of those games. I just kind of ended up getting it just because I really could.
Well, it's like everyone kind of has like a console, you know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah.
I don't have, I haven't had a recent console in a long time, which I'm working on changing that. But
yeah,
the thing is
which
that,
hopefully
like,
will be an Xbox One.
Everybody has to get some, and like it's just a matter of preference. Like at the very least, you see that the Zelda game is a good game, but like
yes.
you specifically won't go out of your way to play it because it's just you don't have a Wii U. Like, I'm sure if someone was like, hey, do you want a Wii U? You'd be like, yeah, like if they were just going to give it to you for free. But
yeah,
I mean, I would hope so. I hope that if someone like walked up with a Wii U in their hands, like, hey, do you want this? I would hope that you would say yes, but
no,
unless
I
of course they put a bomb in it or
crap.
something. But I don't want that casual garbage. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. So, Sam, what have you thought of my performance in telling you of this year's E3 announcements? I've tried my best. I was a bit subpar, but I mean, I did pretty good. I took a lot of notes.
That's arguable. I think you're probably one of the worst people ever in my life, and I wish you would go away, and I would hope that no one will ever be friends with you in your life because you are the most awful person ever.
Well,
as in, just
thank
kidding.
you guys for watching.
You did good.
The first and last ever E3 with Sam.
Well, it's like, that was the best last ever video I'm doing with you.
That's right. I hope you've enjoyed this recent resurgence of Sam, because you'll never see him again.
Proceeds to hear gunshots like, Sam?
Just kidding. I hope to do even more stuff in the future with Sam, as I always do. But, yeah.
Yep, yep.
So, that's the plan.
Hashtag swag.
We'll actually return with me talking about stuff that I want to talk about. I mean, not that I don't want to talk about this stuff, but I guess next time you'll see me back to talking the way I did before. So, thanks for joining me this E3, and maybe, if this keeps going forever, maybe next year we'll come back and do another E3 special.
Woo!
So, E3, that was a nice echoey woo.
Woo!
So,
can you hear the echo too?
I can, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could hear it, and then you acknowledged it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know
the
that was
best.
a thing.
So, it is a thing. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I'll stop whooping now.
Alright.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, one last whoop to sign off the video.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Whoop!